The main problem cultural hybridization faces when it comes to the crucial role of transnational media corporations is the dissemination of fake or biased news stories. Our solution that we propose would be the creation of a global news organization who is founded upon the values of a global citizen. This global news organization would have no political ties nor a country of origin, whose members all view themselves as a global citizen. Thus, common goals for a global news organization present themselves pretty easily. The goal of the global news organization would be to unite the world and spread true news events across the globe to anyone who is willing to listen. Since the organization would not have political ties, they would not need to show any biases on events because they would not have a political agenda to follow. Secondly, our goal would be to stop the dissemination of fake and biased news stories, which in turn would break the tight grip that the current transnational media corporations have on global news. How will these goals be met, you ask? Well, in order to meet our goals, the global news organization would first need to start by educating their audience. By teaching the audience about global citizenship and the responsibilities and duties that come with being a member of a global entity, the audience would understand why this new global news organization has developed and the moral code that they try to follow when releasing news segments. They would also educate the audience about deciphering biased fake news and false flags from real, unbiased news, thus dismantling the credibility of the current transnational media corporations who spew biased and fake news. Lastly, in order to reach these goals set by the Global News Organization, they must bring together a diverse audience who believe in the same principles, global citizens. However, a few possible consequences arise from the solution proposed. One being that they may receive backlash from the current transnational media corporations who currently have the power over global news. They may do this by slandering a global news organization's reputation, and currently they have the money and resources to fight back against a global news organization. And secondly, any governments who are currently hiding anything from the public will try to dismantle a global news source whose goal is to shed light on truthful news events all around the world. And last but not least, the outcome of our solution proposed and the effect that it will have on the global citizen. One outcome is that the current transnational media corporations will lose credibility and a listening audience. In order for them to stay relevant, they must need to adapt and begin to spread unbiased and truthful news, like the Global News Organization. Another outcome from our solution would be that the audience from around the world will be listening to the same things, and knowledge will now be moving freely across national boundaries and borders. And lastly, global citizens will be affected in a positive way. This news source will help bring together global citizens and incite a sense of unity amongst people from around the world. This could be the call to action that the world has been needing, and this is simply the first step.